Tutor Polly here, back with another question. This is solve the system of equations. This is Algebra 2, and we're given these two equations here in the orange. You don't need to know what they are necessarily. The first one's a circle, and you would know a little bit about that circle if you consulted the circle equation, but you don't necessarily even care or need to know. The other one, equation B, you should recognize that as a line. So think about the number of ways a line can intersect a circle. Okay, they can intersect twice. They could intersect once by just barely grazing it, just being tangent to the circle, or they could intersect not at all. So those intersections are called solutions. That's what we're looking for today. And it could have no solutions, they never intersect. It could have one solution, they intersect once, or it could have two intersections or two solutions. Well, how are we going to solve this? We're going to do substitution. We're going to combine these equations into a whole new equation and then try to solve that equation by looking for the roots or the zeros of that equation. You will see. So what's going to happen here is we're going to solve for x, and using equation B, we have x equals 6 plus 3y. Now we're going to go put that in A, equation A, and we're going to get equation A only in terms of y. At this point, we can substitute or simplify a little bit, and so we get that there. And now we have to FOIL and distribute, and it's quite a bit of work. Okay, so if you don't know what foiling is going on, go consult a foiling video. A lot of quadratic stuff happening here. And at this point, we are just simplifying and combining this into a more simplified quadratic that happens to be in terms of y, because that was convenient for our circumstances. We are combining the like terms in pink and yellow and red, and we get 10y squared plus 26y plus 17 equals 5. We need to set it equal to 0 in order to solve a quadratic. So now we have 10y squared plus 26y plus 12 equals 0. These can all be reduced. Okay, so that's the same as saying divide everything by 2. You can do that. All right. And at this point, we can plug this into the quadratic formula. If you don't know how to use the quadratic formula, then go look that up. There's a lot of steps that you need to already be aware of in order to do this particular problem. And we continue to simplify. We get negative 13 plus or minus root 49 over 2 times 5. Well, root 49, we know what that is. So this is hopeful. We are going to get some nice numbers here. And this ends up simplifying to negative 13 plus or minus 7 over 10. Remember, there's two possible solutions, or in this case, two solutions. And so we'll get negative 0.6 and negative 2. At this point, you need to go and get the x values that correspond with those y values, so to have the entire coordinate. Well, remember, we have an equation for x. That was right in the beginning, x equals 6 plus 3y. So go get those points, and those would be the locations of the intersections we have too. And if you weren't sure, if you're like, wait, did I do this right or wrong? Desmos, a graphing utility, desmos.com is a great resource to check your work.